But I'll support women who are doing well. Yeah. On a serious note, I support women. We currently have 103 lawmakers, and out of the 103, only 11 women. And I can tell you for sure, in Sierra Leone, the advocacy began with only five at a time. Amongst 148, I think I'll be corrected. But now they have 44 females. An increase in women's participation. So let's continue to maintain the peace. Let's continue to preach peace. And one thing I have to tell you this afternoon, humility opens a lot of doors for you. Get away with pride. Pride, P-R-I-D-E. It destroys anyone. If you want to learn, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to achieve more, get away with pride. Get away with pride. I can open my mouth. Why is it this one? I hate people. I have so much pride. I'm sorry to say hate. If I had another word to use, I could use it, but I don't like pride. Because even God, the Bible says, God resists the pride and give grace to the humble. Okay. So thanks to Atta Butler bringing us on. We are about to get the ball rolling very soon. And you can see if you are watching or if you are listening, you can also catch us on Real TV. We're having wonderful time. We have Dolo, Edwin Board Dolo, who's the head of the sports department at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. And we also have Kowo Kotu, who is an intern. He's on an internship from the Musa Ability School of Professional Journalism. Thanks to Mr. Musa Ability, Hassan Ability. Chief, good afternoon. Thank you. Chief, good afternoon. Please share this with your darling wife, Mrs. Dennis Ability. And he has given opportunity to the students of this institution to do their internship here. So they have access to go in the field, to cover up stories, come to the newsroom, and work along with other mentors here at the Truth FM. So we are 5 minutes into the discussing business and the economy of Liberia. Today, our topic, let me wait a little bit to hear from Bobby to see whether our guest is coming. If not, when we can go straight. The CEO of Anita is in route here too. We're going to discuss business. Yeah. This one. So I want to recognize Ahmed Hammer. Good afternoon, says Magdalene, and on your online panelists, I'm currently seated and monitoring live from Kansas City. And with 74 days to elections in the midst of our country first. Yes, that's wonderful. Ahmed Hammer is our peace ambassador. You haven't recorded your voice yet. Yourself. All right, cool. How are you, sir? How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm okay. I'm trying now. Yeah? I'm trying now.
You're trying?
Yeah.
You trying now? Are you getting
Yes,
me?
yes. Okay. I'm getting clear.
All right. So you are trying now. Thanks for your support. You know, You will just sign so we keep be pressing you, but keep try your best.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't say.
Nothing much, man. So let's tell the management thank you for the opportunity. At least it's a learning curve for me. Sitting along with you, at least I will tap in your experience.
Okay. I'm getting feedback. Before we can go to our panelists, I'm getting feedback. Where is Arthur? Please, Arthur, please try and do something. Yeah. Chief, thanks for your support. So let me get this song rolling. And we try to fix. Let me ask them whether they are getting us very clear here. Yeah, Chief, you good? Mr. Carter, Mr. Broplayer, it's good to have you on.
Can you guys hear me?
Are you getting me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Magdalene.
Oh, all right. Okay. So the sound is okay. No feedback from there. All right. So Mr. Carter, it's been a long time. We are missing you. You know.
Yeah, I've been busy with work. I had a project that is due at the end of the month, and yeah, I've been trying to work on that. So that's why I haven't been.
Okay.
I've been going in the office.
Thanks for coming on. Okay.
I had to pull a lot of strings. I had to pull a lot of strings to get Mr. Carter on today, but we have him here, so we'll utilize him.
Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
Yeah, sometimes I get so jealous, and if I'm trying to get to you guys, they're so busy. I say, oh my God, they're so busy for Liberia. They're so busy. I get so jealous. So like Mr. Kamara, Mr. Boma Kamara is supposed to be on, and he said, oh yes, I'm doing this. I feel like these countries are just taking too much from us, because on a serious note, we are actually the resources of Liberia, the natural resources of Liberia. And I mean, if you just forget about us at that, it sometimes is, for me, I feel so bad, and I'm going to have my feelings here. I feel so bad when I don't see you, but Bobby, it's good to have you on.
It's good to be on as always. So today we'll be discussing the topic that we mentioned in the communication group, but we'll also be looking at a spin on that, which is basically, what are businesses that you would like to see in Liberia? What are the businesses that you would like to see in Liberia? And hopefully, after some discussion, you can open up the phone lines so that the callers can tell us what kind of businesses they would like to see in Liberia and why. Okay.
Okay. All right. Businesses they would like to see in Liberia and why. All right.
Correct.
So okay. So it's 20 minutes up to 4 o'clock. 20 minutes up to 4 o'clock, and yes, maybe we can take the next few minutes after. Then we can open the line. I don't know how many minutes we can take to the before opening the line, so I can keep track on the time.
I mean, I think we can open the line after 30 minutes, right, Gabriel?
Okay.
Yeah. Did you say you had a guest in the audience or in the studio?
Yeah, he was soon be. That's Christopher. He was on before. So I invited him. He's the CEO of Anita Store.
Okay. All right.
I think you
remember. So he's going to be in the studio there with you.
Yeah. He's on his way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
So when are we getting started?
Now.
Okay. Well then let's go. So just by way of introduction, my name is Borby Broplay. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Sinclair Road. For the last 15 to 20 years, I've been in the financial services field. I do personal finance, and my passion is helping families with budgeting, setting up savings accounts for their kids, and retirement accounts for themselves, and things like just protecting their money, things of that nature. Very happy to be part of the Business and Economic Forum, and hopefully we can share some ideas on what type of businesses uh, or what type of business opportunities would be good for Liberia at this time. Thank you. All right, so I guess Gabriel, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
What we're doing introduction? I think we're
Yeah.
familiar with this. Yeah, I think they should be familiar with us.
Well, you
Anyways,
got a brand new
um,
listening audience.
yeah. I got it. I got it. Um, my name is Gabriel Carter. I am in banking. I've been on the show probably. I'm a regular guest on the show. And again, I have a background in banking and finance. I like to talk everything business and economics. And we've been on the show probably a lot of times if you've been following. And I look forward to having a great discussion today, and hoping to learn from the audience as well as my co-host here and everybody else in the studio. So thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes. So you at first I had Johnson, but Johnson had been so busy with school and other stuff, so he asked to leave. But then if you look over there, you will see Bob Dolo, Edwin Dolo. He's on today. If he wants to come, or maybe next week, that's fine. But he's on, and also Cole. So maybe as time goes on, if they have input, then they will just signal me so they can come through.
Yeah, guys, nice to meet you guys. Sorry for nice to meet you guys. I just this is first time back after a while. Nice to meet you. Hopefully, you guys get to stick around.
Yeah.
What was their name? What was their name?
Yeah, maybe they can introduce themselves. Tell us a little bit about themselves.
Edwin Dolo, a sports reporter here at Arasia.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Kotu, or internship student. Yeah.
Okay. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay.
And don't feel
you want to call your name again?
Yes, like I said,
have comments,
Dolo,
interject.
and sports reporter here, but now we do multitask journalism, so you have to do everything.
Yeah. And as I said, you guys have a question while we're talking, just interject.
Student and internship student, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bro, I think we got like a 1 second delay, so.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why is that? I heard the network in Liberia is bad. Maybe it's from our end or your end or their end.
It could be from any end.
I think it's from your end. Our internet is good. I think it's from your end.
We got high inflation here, Gabriel. So maybe the internet problem from our end.
Yeah, I think maybe it is. Yeah.
Speaking of which, maybe we can segue into our topic for today. Businesses that we think would be good for Liberia at this time. Internet is off the table because obviously there's perfect internet in Liberia right now, according to Magdalene. But one of the things that I have been thinking about for Liberia is taking advantage of our natural resources. And one of those natural resources is just the beauty of the land, okay? And through tourism. Specifically, I want to see a situation in Liberia, and I hope, the powers that be are listening, but I want to see a situation in Liberia where we have an enclave, tourism enclave built to where, this particular area would be protected. You will have certain facilities available to tourists. For example, uninterrupted electricity, water, and security. in this particular area. There are some examples of that. There are examples of that all over the world, uh, especially Southeast Asia has championed that. If you go to the Caribbean, you'll see that in many Caribbean countries where they have a tourism enclave. Liberia is a beautiful country and is relatively safe, but I just don't see how somebody would just travel from Atlanta, Georgia, who doesn't know anything about Liberia, and go to Sapo National Forest. It's they will read the tourism. There is a travel advisory tourists read before they go to a country, and whether it's correct or not, is not good for Liberia. So you have to look at that and plan accordingly. Before I land, there's a quick example in Jamaica, which may not have the safest cities as far as according to the travel advisory. There's a lot of petty crime. You could be robbed. There's some gang activity, but they have a tourist enclave called Montego Bay, the Montego Bay area. That area is considered safe. Um, and then the Negril area as well. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Hello, do y'all hear me, or have I been talking to myself this whole time?
There's a delay. So you said
Oh,
there's a no, but that's fine. I think I heard kind of snippets of it. You said there's an enclave in Jamaica, right?
yeah,
Right. And that is, you know, you're talking about the tourism industry, right?
that is correct.
Right. Um, I don't know. Was that a question you asked, or was that just a statement? I think that was a statement you made. Uh,
Well, I said more than that. Did you hear everything I said?
well, I guess you kind of summer in the powers that be to look at
Okay.
and correct me here if I'm wrong. You guys can keep me honest here, right? You summer in the powers that be to look at what is happening in Jamaica to see, um, you know, if that could be some kind of emulation, right? To emulate it,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Um, and I think we've kind of in a way talked about this topic before, but not in maybe the route that we're going today. And I think if anything, that what I want to say about that is, you know, we have this think the thought process that you have to build these elaborate buildings, you have to build these resorts for people to come into your country to do tourism, to explore the natural habitat, the natural resources there, or to explore, to take vacation there. That is not true. Um, Certain places in Jamaica, most of the places that people go when they leave their hotels in Jamaica are not elaborate. These are like the Blue Lake. They have a blue lake. They have a blue waterfall. They have this lake that actually glows at night because of the algae in it. So you go on it at night, you can put your hand in water, you can see like it looks like light on the water. When you flash the water, it looks like light. So those things, they don't have elaborate like big hotels or these resorts around them. Um, they got waterfalls and all of these things. They don't have, so that's, maybe it speaks to the ecotourism, right? So you explore these things without having, those, elaborate uh, hotels and resorts that we talk about. But again, maybe it goes back to what you talked about. I don't think we do a good job marketing Liberia and some of the natural resources. And would take that, hold myself to that. Sometimes I go to Liberia. I've never been to the Patawi waterfall. I've never been to the Blue Lake. I think we have a Blue Lake in Liberia as well. There's this what is those that island what the gorillas are, the baboons, right? that's a great place to bring tourists. I've never been. Sierra Leone has this great place like that on Sundays where they take people like this. We don't make a good effort marketing those things. We don't make a good effort talking about those things, not just from the people in the diaspora, but people locally. Like on Sundays, on weekend, take a trip, take Friday, go to Nima or go to those places and spend time there. We don't do a good job there for not just for us here, but people locally to be able to explore those things. And they're just there. It's not like somebody is guarding them to say, "Hey, we make it too expensive for you to turn people off." They're there. The more people like locally experience those things, the more they will talk about them. The more they talk about them, the more they will talk about that to us here. And when we go there, we will now want to look at those. We will want to experience those places. So it's all about the local experience and building that awareness around that. I think that's what we're lacking. Everybody just cluster right in Morovia, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nowhere to go. There's natural resources in Liberia. We just got to explore them. So that's my take on that. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear from the people in the studio. Lady
Yeah,
and
let me
gentlemen.
let me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you can go
think
on.
tourism, like I just mentioned it earlier,
Yeah, yeah, we
is
were
a very
discussing that
huge
earlier.
industry, and I
Mhm.
think he raised a serious point about the locals Liberians making use of these areas. If you follow here, the only people you see going to the areas are the Lebanese, Indians, Pakistanians who are doing business here. These are the people that you normally see visit the areas. For example, in 2017, I was in Kitban, Rubber Sport to be specific. And every Saturday, you will see a group of Lebanese and Indians going to the rubber sport to the lake and to the sea to swim. Sometimes they carry their food, they charter taxi, they cook, they spend
Yeah.
the entire day there and they come back in the evening.
Yeah.
I saw that one of 3 occasions. Even I was working with a guy from Kosovo. Every time he would say we're in Sinje, but every Saturday we'll go to Rubber Sport. So you see that these people, when we go there, he wouldn't want to leave. He always wants to be there. We'll get the lobster from the sea. We'll fix it for us. So beautiful. And I know this guy has a hotel there. And Shannon, Unsa Shannon has a hotel there, Nana Lodge. It's a beautiful place. But
Hmm.
again, many of us don't take advantage of these things. So it's a huge industry. It has a lot of components. You need to do marketing if you want to improve the tourism industry. You need to do real estate and housing activities in the areas like Barber School, for example. There are a lot of things that will need to be done if we want to invest in the tourism industry. It's a huge industry that local Liberian businesses can take charge of. Those
Yeah.
that have money can invest into it. Patawi, like you see, I think a Liberian lady took Patawi is
Mhm.
getting a little bit attractive.
Yeah, Josephine
Yeah, of,
Richardson.
of
Yeah,
late,
she and I said
of
Reg.
late they started marketing that area. You see that no, you go to social media now, you see
Yeah,
videos from Patawi and all of that. So
Yeah.
it is huge and it comes with huge investment and marketing as well,
Yeah.
promotion all day long.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great take. I love it.
yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So am I on?
Yeah. Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wait, talk
yeah.
about tourism is one area that actually we have to invest in, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have people coming here and going to the Sapo,
No, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, go on.
the issue of tourism is one thing we have to take serious as a country, right? Because if you have people coming from outside Liberia, he
Hmm.
entering the country and they want to visit the Sapo National Park, it
Hmm.
will also help other people create job
Yeah.
because there will be driver transporting the people to the site.
Hmm.
There will be people on the site got to take the people on the tour.
Yeah.
There will be people there who have to provide food for these people.
Hmm.
Actually, will also help the country at least raise some fund.
Yeah.
Country like other country in East Africa that want to live on the
Yeah.
tourism, right? Like I was looking at one documentary for you right now. On the site, you don't find skyscraper there. They build the mini horses.
Yeah.
Where you go, there where you will stay for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they have at
Okay.
Patawi.
Okay.
It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. I really
So-
want to sleep in
So
no
now when
hut,
I leave
man.
5-star hotel, want to sleep in 5-star hotel here.
Yeah.
If
Right.
they can sleep or attach
Beautiful.
horse, exactly the main
Mhm.
gala feeding of being Africa.
Yeah.
So it will also help. At least when he go back, he will become another messenger for the place. When people ask him how was it, he will tell you the feeding, the experience he had, and sometimes they will be wishing to come back. It will
Yep.
also help other people come here to start experiencing what abroad get.
Yeah.
Right? There will be other people who there doing content creation, setting out things, and
Yeah.
it will also help.
Yeah. No,
All
great
right. So
take. Great take for
This
you,
okay.
both
this
of you
this
guys.
young guy is the future of Liberia. He's
Mr.
very
Momosa
eloquent and he has a lot of
is trying to
ideas.
get you. I'm connecting, trying to send all of the links to him. Yeah.
Hey, Magdalene,
Yeah,
you're
please go
talking.
for me.
Magdalene,
Yeah, but Bobby, you can take over. I think,
Magdalene,
yeah,
no,
Yeah,
I
you're having a whole
Magdalene,
conversation in the back. We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Magdalene, I wanted to point out that I think you're getting us delayed because while people are talking, you're still talking. So I think the delay might be coming from Magdalene's side. All right. Well, let's continue with the conversation. So, I mean, I think what you said was very brilliant. Can you say your name again? I'm sorry.
I'm Edwin.
Edwin.
Edwin
Okay.
Dolo. Yes.
Edwin, what school do you go to, by the way?
I'm in the Maryland University.
Oh, that's amazing. What year are you?
I'm 34.
No, what grade? What
No, I
grade you
mean,
in?
what level?
What grade you in?
Okay,
That's
I'm a junior student there at the university, but I got an associate degree already, also doing education at La Posa.
Oh, you're Edwin. Okay, no, okay, but the other gentleman
Okay.
in
Yeah, I'm cool.
the intern,
An
David
agriculture
Kotu.
student, University of Liberia.
Okay,
A
David
junior
Kotu,
student
you
also.
are
Reading
okay.
general
All right.
agriculture.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys are both students. That's awesome. I did attend the University of Liberia for 2 semesters, even though I didn't graduate. I graduated from school in Ghana, University of Ghana, Legon. But that is amazing. Let's just give our other panelists a chance to introduce himself. I see he's on here. Jackson George. Jackson, go ahead and introduce yourself briefly. We're discussing businesses that we think will be good to set up in Liberia. Just what we talked about earlier. Go ahead, sir.
Well, my name is Jackson George. I am the executive director of the Liberian Business Association in the diaspora. I'm a business owner myself, and have a couple of businesses here in the United States and few in Liberia.
Honorable Jackson Josh,
Yes, ma'am.
are you saying? Okay, you're on now.
Just congratulating ourselves.
Am I on now?
Magdalene, there's a serious problem
Yes, you
coming
are.
from your side.
Wow.
Yeah, Mr. George was introducing himself for about 20 seconds and you came in. Oh, I guess you went off. Might be something technical. Maybe we should give them a minute.
Yeah.
It appears we're still live.
So
Jackson,
you're
Jackson,
saying-
go ahead. We're still live.
Okay, so again, my name is Jackson George. I am the executive director of the Liberian Business Association in the diaspora. I'm a business owner. I own a couple of businesses here in the United States and a few in Liberia.
All right, excellent. So, like I mentioned, we're discussing what type of business, Jackson, do you think would be good for Liberia at this time? We're talking about business opportunities here. And in the studio there, we have 2 young gentlemen. They're students. I don't know if you picked that up, Edwin Dolo and David Kotu.
You know, Bobby,
Go ahead.
I'm in Liberia for the last 5 years. I have visited Liberia every 3 months, so I'm in Liberia about 4 times a year. I think from my experience, for us in the diaspora, what we need to do is to I like the idea of opening businesses in Liberia, but when you are far removed from that, from there, it is difficult to run a business while you are in the United States. One of the things I like to see from the young people in Liberia, the smart young Liberians, let them come up with the ideas and come up with good ideas that we can support and partner with them on the ground and build businesses. There are a lot of good businesses in Liberia. They lack resources. They lack some of them lack capacity. Good ideas. I think it's about time. We've tried going to Liberia and opening shops. We've tried going to Liberia and opening our own businesses. Then we come back after 2 weeks or a month and leave the businesses down there. And we struggle in terms of getting our businesses up and running or making profit from our businesses. So what I think we need to do now with the experience we've gained is to partner with Liberians on the ground, build that capacity, invest into the businesses, lay it out. It's not a gentleman agreement. We need lawyers, we need contracts, we need all these things so we can sign and start doing real business, not trading, but business. And so that's what I think. That would be my experience from visiting Liberia and other things. We're the smart Liberians on the ground. They just lack the opportunity and they lack the capacity to do some of the things they want to do.
What are some business opportunities that you think would be good for Liberia that somebody on the ground could start, or somebody here could help to invest in maybe? But what are some of those businesses that you think would be good for
One of the
Liberia?
things, just imagine the African food industry is a $1 billion industry, right? Just in Minnesota, we did $1 billion in African food. Minnesota alone, not New York, not
Minnesota
Atlanta,
alone?
Minnesota alone, right? Because there's a lot of Africans here, and the African food industry is large. Technology could be somewhere, even call centers. Can you imagine? We are getting calls from Bangladesh. We are getting calls from India. We can open call center in Liberia. Yes, there are challenges with internet and other stuff, but there are solutions now that are coming that Liberians can open call centers in Liberia to make calls for credit card companies, for these big companies, or even open a reception center where all of our businesses, you call in and they pick it up and then transfer those calls to different locations. Another, so I think if we start getting into IT, we start getting into those kind of businesses, I think we'll do well. Merchandising is good. Again, we import 99% of everything we consume, so that's a good business to look at. Is it something that we want to continue to do? No, but that's what is trending right now. So I think people can look into those things. Internet, the internet, like I said, is a big business. But the school system, young Liberians can look at the school system and say, look, we can set up internet shop and train so that we have computer labs in all of these schools. That's a business opportunity that people can do. In terms of transportation, we have our waterways. I mean, those are big businesses, but we have our waterways that we can put a ferry on, a boat from Waterside. We can cut that waterway, Barnesville, all of those places. People can get on ferry or low boats, and that could be transportation. Even our bus system, our transportation system, where buses leave from Monrovia to Buchanan every 3 hours. We build terminals. Those are other ideas. We don't have rest areas in our country where you're traveling from Monrovia, you can stop at a rest area, like a little mini mall and other stuff. So there's a lot of business opportunities that are there in Liberia. Again, the issue here is that people lack the capacity and they lack funding. So my plea to Liberians in the diaspora, look, 25 of you get together, identify one business, invest your money into that. At least if you are 25, one person will always be in Liberia. Take a vacation. One person will be in Liberia running that business. There are 25 of you. One person will always be in Liberia to manage the business. Take a vacation, 1 month vacation, you go. The next person take a 1 month vacation. Just 12 months in a year. So,
Mr. George, you finished taking all the business ideas, though. I thought you were going to take a few and then give Magdalene chance.
Oh, no, you asked me. So because I'm there all the time, I can see the loopholes. I can see what's on the ground.
If you were to pick one on a serious note, if you were to pick one, what would it be and why?
if I were to pick one right now based on where I sit, I would develop
Yes.
the waterways in Liberia. I will invest into the waterways. Put a ferry on the water from Monrovia to the southeastern region. You become a
Okay.
millionaire in the shortest possible time.
Are you talking about the ocean or the river system?
That would be the first place I would try to put a good ferry.
The ocean?
Yes, to
Okay.
transport both people and cargo from Monrovia to the southeast region for now, because of the roads are not good. So if you put a ferry there, that would be the first people will try to get on that first before they take the road.
Okay. All right. Let me bring in Mr. Gabriel Carter to be part of this conversation. Gabriel, why do you think I mean, you don't have to build any type of infrastructure on water. All you got to do is get a ship. Why do you think nobody has done that yet? To set
So
up a ferry system.
I'm glad you guys brought up that question. I would talk to this on a surface level, because I don't want to put out too much information out there. I was
You
approached.
getting ready to do that business?
No,
Give her that.
no.
Give her that. Bring me on, boy. Yeah, just give me small.
I was gonna tell you that I will connect you with the guys. I was approached to invest in it, and I looked into it. I had a one-on-one Zoom call with the guys that are, you know, in the process of doing that. I was introduced to them by another friend of mine. So exactly what you said, Mr. George, is that they're trying to put a ferry from that's going to run and make stops on the coast. So it'll run from Morovia to the Buchanan, from Buchanan to Maryland, all on
Greenville?
those coasts, right? And so yeah, they already have a plan, they have a proposal, they know how much it's going to cost. Like they pitched the whole thing to me, and they're actually, you know, talking to people right now. So I will. After the call, I'll reach out to you and connect you with them, and
Please.
connect you with the gentleman who connected me with them, so you can talk to them if maybe that's something you're
Yeah,
interested in.
please. Let me just put my
Um,
little 1 cent
and
inside.
that is the same idea they had, is that the roads on the high from Monrovia to the southeast, it's during the dry season. I think, what is it, takes you 4 hours, or 4 days to get there, or 3 days, right? On the ferry, they can use a ferry that will get you from Monrovia to Buchanan, from Buchanan to Maryland, all on those coasts. So that's one of the things they talk about that I think you will
Gabriel,
probably.
Gabriel, before you go far,
Right.
in terms of time frames, how long will it take you from Monrovia to Maryland direct
That's on this.
on the ocean?
That's a great question that I don't know. I don't want to make up numbers.
Okay.
It all depends. I think it would depends, one, on the ferry you got, how many nautical miles per hour it can move. So how fast it can move, and
Okay.
if it's a big cargo, it will be slower. But if it's a smaller one, it will be faster. But
Okay.
in terms of the actual time frame, I don't want to make up any number that I don't. Actually, that could be a good question that George asked when he sits with them, because I didn't ask that question.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have something like
So
that, and they talk about, because for those kind of things where they are actually looking at transporting cars. So you can put your car on a boat, but
Correct.
it'll drive you
yeah.
to Maryland, and you can drive a car around. When you're ready to come out, you put your car on a boat and drive it right back to Monrovia.
Oh,
That's
that's
something like that
brilliant.
they're looking into. There's going to take dredging of the port, because that kind of vessel is a heavier. So you're going to dredge the port, you're going to fix the port. So those are something like that they're looking into. But I will connect you with them so you can talk to them. Very great group of guys,
Yeah,
actually.
please do.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that investment as well.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's a brilliant opportunity for Liberia. A ferry system. For the life of me, I'm trying. I guess the infrastructure at those different ports hasn't been set up yet. That's probably why that kind of business hasn't taken off as at yet, right?
Correct.
I believe it's done on a smaller scale. There's some canoes, fishing canoes, because I remember one of my aunts saying that she took a canoe from Monrovia to the southeast. Well, of course, that's very scary. And I mean, you're talking about an open. It's a very big canoe, and
Yeah.
it has a motor, but that is scary.
This is the 21st century, but that's scary.
Very scary. Yeah.
But I
That's
think
what
if you put a
we should be
ferry,
thinking.
if you put a ferry, I would say Mexico, looking at the waterways and the ferry
Yeah.
system, those ferries are very big enough. You can put a ferry on from Monrovia to Maryland. It can get there in about 4, 5, 6 hours. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Direct. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Stopping
All
from
right.
port to port, if you put a terminal in Buchanan, put a terminal in Riverside, you put those terminals, you're talking about it take 1 day to go, and then you go on Monday, you come back on Wednesday, you go on Friday, you come back on Monday. Something like of that nature, you know.
Yeah.
But you need 2 ferries to make it work perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. Going, coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of ferrying people back and forth, maybe I can bring in the young gentleman in the studio there, because they're in Liberia. Is there a airplane that runs from Monrovia to other parts of the country right now?
No, I don't think so. And I've not heard of any.
I think there is an
air
airplane
transportation
that
here
runs.
in Liberia. It's not yet. What is common is the Kinon that you talk about, from Buchanan to Sando to Harper, Maryland County. I think is the only means of transporting goods for marketers within Sando, Greenville County in Maryland.
They do have chopper, right?
Yeah, they do, but I think the easier means for transporting goods is through the Kinon, the Ghanaian Kinon, the New from Buchanan Port to Sando Port, and onward to Maryland and also eastern counties along the coast. But to see we have airplane, and I don't have any knowledge of that.
When you say Kino, it can
What
scare me.
about the boat?
Yes,
We do have boat,
yeah,
right? We have boat.
they have boats, but it's not many.
The one
you
that
see-
captured,
Yeah, the one that capsized. So far, it was the only boat that I knew of. Probably there are others that run.
that were
yeah,
Okay.
built in
We ain't
Russia.
going nowhere. Yeah, we're talking about
the most common
capsizing.
means of transportation from goods, particularly because that boat can be a freight.
But I mean, using
Yeah.
from here to Maryland,
The
it
last
was
time I
like
went to
extra.
Sando, that was like I should pay $3,000 Liberian dollar from Sando to Buchanan Port. 3,000. Traveling in the night is an easier means. During the night hour, the wave is not too strong. So mostly
And
traveling.
how many
It's
hours?
like, about 2 hours from Greenville to Buchanan. I said no. I will pay my $10,000 Liberian dollar motorcycle.
No, but I think using the road, even passing Aricos would just be the
Yes,
best.
on motorbike.
Because-
Like I spoke with the one guy from Sando recently. He said it's now around $50, $75 on motorbike. One person from Greenville to Buchanan.
Wow.
No, you along with the rider.
Yeah, you along the radar. Yes.
Okay, but I think going to transport, you're talking about, I don't know, but
Air transport.
yeah, the air, something I really don't have a lot of information on it, but I think it do happen, but I don't know for now the status of all of those aircraft. I don't have enough information on it, so I don't want to speak to that. But maybe if we open the lines very soon, maybe people can call and give their input, but I don't know about
There is
that. Yeah.
there is a nonprofit organization that does
Correct.
those trips. I think they
Yeah.
charge $175 from Monrovia straight to Maryland,
Correct.
one way. Yeah, so I think around 3 something. But I don't know if they do it on a broad scale or do you have to know somebody. But I know they do. There's a nonprofit that does that.
I think it's more of a help in terms of if you're in an emergency situation, they can help
Right,
you do.
right. So, but that would be a good idea.
But one of the things I want to ask the young people in the studio, what do they see and what do they want in Liberia? That's the future.
All right. So let me bring on the CEO of Anilaso. He's Christopher SAAH Fala. He got all the kissing in the world. Yeah, Christopher, you heard a question.
Is he in the studio?
He's not audible.
Magdalene, is he in the studio or is he calling in?
He's in the studio right there in the blue shirt. But he's not
We
audible.
can't hear him.
Magdalene.
We can't hear him at all.
Okay, Magdalene cannot hear us either.
All right.
Let me see if I can reach her. Maybe we need better communication equipment.
Can those guys in the studio hear us?
They cannot hear us.
They can hear us. Okay, there is some.
Let me reach out to Magdalene.
So that connection was from there, and then
you have a large market, especially for Europe and Africa also.
Yeah,
So
we only heard the last part you said. For the rest of the conversation, we could not hear you. Sorry, you guys got disconnected.
Yeah, Magdalene, we
Can you unmute me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Now, yeah, we hear you now.
Repeat it. They were getting you.
We didn't hear anything that he said, Mr. SAAH.
Are you guys getting him now?
We can't hear him.
Hello. Okay. Please speak again.
Maybe he
Chris.
can use one David or Edwin's mic because we could hear them.
Yeah, then you have to draw close up. Yeah. Let him use. You please sit over there. Let him sit on the other side. You can use it. Oh, okay. But okay. Yeah, I can hear you, but let me find from them to see whether. Bobby, are you getting him now? Please speak.
Yeah, you hear me? Everybody hear me?
Yeah, but it's a little low. Okay, bro, can you guys hear him clearly?
Okay, increase the volume. Increase the volume from there. Okay.
Everybody can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yes, go ahead, sir. We can hear you now.
Yeah, go on now. Yeah, you go on, Chris.
Okay, so I'm saying that I feel like one of the space that investors should give attention to should be the e-commerce space. Why? Because you look at
no, it's not too clear.
It's not too clear?
No.
Can you come closer? Is it okay now?
Well, let David try talking. Let me see how we hear, because we heard him very clear.
Okay, I think he's talking about the e-commerce.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we hear you very clear.
Okay,
so what is the difference? Is it the headphone? Or I don't know. I think the mic is picking up only from directly in front of it.
Okay, so you guys can use the microphone. Edwin, can you join him so I can use it together? Because okay, that's wonderful. Chris, you can go on now. All right. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, I was speaking on the e-commerce sector. I feel like
no, he's not clear. What's the problem, guys?
But I mean, it's the same microphone that Edwin is using.
Well, Edwin was very clear. I don't know what's the difference. Is it the headphone?
Switch the headset.
I don't know, Chris.
Is it the headphone? Maybe I don't know.
Okay, remove the headset. Let's see. I don't know, but I don't think it should be the problem.
Okay. Let him wear the black headset. Let's see if that's. I don't know. Maybe it's connected. But
Chris.
Edwin was very, gentlemen. Didn't you hear Edwin very clear?
We did.
It was loud.
I mean, you're not radio friendly. That's a problem.
No. It's we hear you, but it's very, very low. I'm not sure. Wait a minute, Edwin, try again.
Yeah, Edwin.
Let Edwin. Okay, now we're not hearing Edwin clear either.
Okay,
Edwin, use the other mic.
How
What's
about
the
how
other
about
microphone?
Okay, I think I can try this one. Are you getting me? Are you hearing me now?
yeah, we can hear Edwin. That's weird. I can hear Edwin.
Ah,
Mm.
Edwin,
Wow.
What?
speak again.
okay.
So
Come,
I think
come.
I think we go to studio A and we'll talk to Claire.
Yeah, we'll have to treat. That's our guest. Yeah, come here.
So now I think we're talking about the e-commerce,
Yeah.
the internet marketing.
Mm-hmm.
What is it goes through the internet as well? Many people are just market is the thing that is a invested into getting the market here in Liberia. But it's difficult in the banking sector trying to introduce that mobile money, stimulate all of that. But I think it's workable. I think sit down and we can tell.
Okay, Chris is here. Yeah.
Y'all can hear me now, right?
Mhm.
Yes, very clear. How you doing, Chris?
Perfect.
If you say no, not there, I think I think you were a village people.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there,
Yeah.
and apologies to the
Okay.
listening audience as well. But we want to thank you for your patience. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I was saying, I said one of the sector that investors should give attention to should be the e-commerce sector within Liberia. Why?
Okay.
Is because especially for a time like this, where we have rainy season, a lot of people that will not have the ability to leave the comfort of their house to be able to go and buy goods and services out there. So the e-commerce sector comes in to play the role to be able to help make things easier for them. So in that way, they can be able to get goods and services very easy. Second thing about it is that right, the e-commerce sector have the ability to employ large scale people. For example, look at Amazon, so with about like 2 million, 1 million people working for them. That too can be established within Liberia because you can go beyond just having an online business to having a lot of retail centers. So I feel like that alone should be one of the things that people should pay more attention to because that can be a lot of it can bring a lot of benefits to Liberians in terms of job employment and also to help and make things easier for them. Because for Anita's store, what we do is that we allow vendors to sell on our platform. So we sell our own products. Also, too, we allow them to sell on our platform. So we technically do not own anything, but we just take care of marketing, do all the necessary work for them while they sit, and then we handle everything for them. So I feel like that should be one of the things that people should pay attention to because that can do a big change to Liberia.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. I never thought of that. E-commerce in Liberia. I believe I was speaking to some business people. That was actually this week, and they were talking about that same concept doing very well in, I believe, is in Kenya, where
Yeah,
but yeah, well, that concept, but it was more so a delivery system for everything. So anything you want to get, Jackson, let's say you want to order a box of soft drinks. You can go online and then somebody will deliver it to you. You see, it's
yeah,
e-commerce too in a sense, but literally anything. If you want to get food from a fast food restaurant, you go online and somebody will get it and deliver it to you. So
yeah,
that's an opportunity that can give a lot of people jobs. Even before the motorcycle craze in Liberia, where everybody got motorcycle, nobody, that thing has created so many jobs. People just in the transportation
yeah,
sector, motorcycles. What do
Brother,
you guys think about
if I may
e-commerce?
weigh into that, one of the
Yeah.
things that other countries would do, take for instance, a young man created a business of this nature. We as Liberians got to be intentional enough to make this business successful. We must order, we must make it intentional because if he succeeds, he's going to hire more Liberians. Based on his business, it has ripple effect on other businesses. But
yeah,
again, because of who we are, we just let it be. But That where nationalism come in. We build this business to make it a billion-dollar industry, and other businesses will benefit. And I think that's what other countries would do. Many of times we come up with these good ideas, but we don't have the support of our people to make it work. So the ideas are good. So my appeal to Liberians will be, let's use this platform. Let's support this business, because at the end of the day, that money stays in Liberia. He hires more people. Government make more money because they pay taxes. As much as he can develop, the system will develop.
All right. Yeah. I want to come in a little bit. Orange. They said, dear value customers, thank you for the patience during the recent network shortage that was due to the technical issue on the AC submarine cable that brings the internet to Liberia. We want to inform you that the service is restored, and we apologize for the inconvenience that this might have caused you. Thank you and have a good weekend. So it has been restored. Okay, so what I want to say quickly before Bobby wanted to pose a question to me, what basis I would like to see coming to Liberia. But if we must make this intentional, I think much education needs to be invested, because you cannot put your resources somewhere, you cannot put your money somewhere, and then people do not have the idea on, they lack the managerial skills, they lack the entrepreneur skills. They do not, I mean, if at the end of the day they will fail. So for me, with all of the skills, all of the ideas you have, or all of the I can say, let me just say resources you have, if you want to invest, yeah, if you I mean, some kind of training should be done, especially let me narrow it down to the small and medium businesses in Liberia. So if you want to invest in anything here, some kind of training should be carried on, because you can't just invest somewhere and people will go to college, they will have masters in this, but at the end of the day, they need some kind of certificate. Maybe we could organize trainings for weeks, and then people walk away with people get certificate at the end of the day before another step can be taken. But for me, I think I cannot recommend any other thing, any business for now, but I will recommend that trainings be carried on. So who do we contact to train these people? If you guys don't want, or if we are calling on, or if investors are coming to Liberia, we need people to be trained. We don't people not just come and put their money somewhere, and at the end of the day, they do not have the skills in taking care of people resources. That's my own advice.
Yeah, if I may come in a little bit, I here's one thing I believe is that in Liberia there's no short of talent. Whether you want to look at it in any sector you want, there's no short of talent. And we talk about this thing, we talk about it over and over and over and over, that hey, there are foreigners in the country that are benefiting from the country, while other Liberians sitting on the sideline. I would say this, and I will sound like a broken record, and if so be it. I believe the same level of innovations that we have anywhere else in the world, anywhere you've traveled, anywhere you've seen innovation and people thriving in business, we have that same innovation in Liberia. Our biggest problem, and this continue to be, and it will continue to be until we fix it, is our inability to recapitalize our banks for them to provide funding to these people. You know how many people start businesses here in the USA and fail? Like the whole system we call venture capital here,
80%.
it is what we call a risk-taking business. Like people just throwing money at people that want to start businesses in hope that one of those business will be successful and they will take it public and it will replace all of the losses that they've made in the other investments. That's just how it works here. You just throw money at different people starting businesses, regardless. Yes, you do want them to win, hoping that all of them will win. But if they don't win, that is okay. All I need is just one to win, go public, and the profit that I will make from that, it will replace all of the losses. This is how market works here. We can do the same thing in Liberia. I've been to Liberia every year I go to Liberia. There is so much talent in our country, but the biggest problem is the banks that we have, the financial institution that we have. The stigmatization of Liberian people. They tell us, hey, Liberian people don't pay back money when they borrow money. This is why your typical Liberian locally, when they go borrow money, they don't give them money, but they will give it to other people, other foreigners and such. And these are the people that benefited. The second thing is, no government has come to power and say, listen, this is our biggest challenge. Let's recapitalize these banks. And if you recapitalize the bank, they're able to lend to businesses. Trust me, the local people in our country, they will care less about what the government does. All they will focus on is doing their business. All they will focus on is, you will not see everybody running to the government. People will be enterprising in our country. But we don't have a recapitalized banks, and the banks that we have, they're only lending to a few people here. And we have these people with great ideas, great business innovation, but no money to do that, right? No money for people for people to invest in them. They can't. You can't do it. The diaspora in the diaspora here, they want to bring money there too, but they're even afraid of the banking system there because they don't trust it. So it's until you fix that system, you can bring any government and put them there for years from now, for the next 176 years, we will still be the same. Take risk on people.
Gabriel,
That's what we need to do. We need to take risk on people. You wake up every morning, you go outside, you go in the street. That's a risk you're taking. You can get hit by a car, lightning could strike you. We should be taking risk on Liberian people. That we are as smart as anybody else in any part of the world. That's what we need to do.
Gabriel, I just got one question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are these people that throwing money on people? You can get them to throw some money so we can start our river project.
These are, when I mean throwing money, these are people in the like, my younger son, the guy who started this South Bank.
Yeah.
He invested in, you know how much money he put in WeWork. We
How
work
much?
to this point. They write up over $2 billion. They write that whole loss off. We work was a failure, but this guy, he's still in 100 billion. He's still investing in other companies. He so much write off to the point that people think his fund is going to go bankrupt. But that's why he just, it is, when you go in the venture capital world here, that's what people do. They just took risk. You just invest in company that you think would, and all you need is just one to succeed, and they take it public, you recapitalize, you make your money, and you continue to do the same thing again.
But Gabriel,
That's
so here's my question. Is it
right.
possible for businesses in Liberia to get access to some of these venture capitalists that you're speaking of? I mean, let's
We
solve
could,
problems instead of wishing and wishing and wishing.
right. We could, and the likes of Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda, right? Uganda is the most entrepreneurial country in Africa right now, right? They get venture capital.
Mhm.
They do, again, it goes back to the environment that we have in there, right? They have innovators there, and this is something, maybe a thing too we can put on our young people in our country as well. Most of them are not thinking big, right? And you go to this Ghanaian, this Nigerian, the Ugandan country, these kids are thinking big. They come out of colleges, the same problem we have, they have it, no jobs. So what they do, they start going into businesses, and some of these people come in, some of those venture capital go in, like in the health tech, fintech, right? Health tech, fintech, all of these things. E-commerce, I think somebody mentioned e-commerce, the e-commerce, right? So we have to be innovative, and we have to be brave to attract. Part of that
To
is
spend
on
money.
the citizen. Part of that is on the government too. The rap we have as a country in an international market is horrible. Nobody will see that kind of rap sheet and want to go bring their money there. So we have to clean up our image to attract people to come there. We don't have to be the best. We just have to clean up our image in terms of the killing, the corruption, and all of those things, right? We clean it up a
Right.
little bit, it will happen naturally. Just how venture capital is flowing to the Ghana, the Nigeria, the Kenya, the Uganda, some of it will come in our country, and it will start discovering some talent in our country that they can invest in. So it is part us as a citizen and part us on the government as well. But we can
Okay.
attract it. We just have to clean up our image. Right.
All right, that's a good platform. Magdalene, perhaps we can open up the phone lines and get some calls in. And basically we want to know from the Liberian people, what kind of business do they think would be a good business
So,
to start
Magdalene,
in
before you
Liberia?
open up, like Mr. Carter was saying, if you look at our country, we got the informal sector, right? Very high informal sector. Taxes are not being paid. We need to raise our national budget. If we can move the informal sector into the formal sector, we're talking about a huge amount of money that can be made. The second thing onto that is that Carter is right. And some of the venture capital, because of the risk in our country right now, we need, as Liberian diaspora with money, we need to put money into a pot and take some of that risk as well. The next thing I'd like to say, take for instance, like this young man down there. The banks should be reaching out to him and say, how can we invest into your business? But again, those banks, if 9 of those banks are banks from foreign banks, they're not going to do it. You know, they're not going to do it easily. We need Liberian-owned banks to be able to make it work. And how many of Liberian-owned banks do we have? So we have a problem that we need to start looking at and fixing seriously.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. I don't think Magdalene can hear us because she took off her headphones. All right, so Magdalene, we're ready to get some calls.
Yeah, but before we take calls, let's Christopher, out of the time that let him say something before. You want to say something about your business?
No, not my business exactly. Just another point about how we can be able to help Liberian businesses. Another thing is that it's not just about the funds or about giving businesses money. Some of the things should be having personal mentors, guys who already made it. So they should be able not only about giving money, but also be able to give ideas. Mentor these entrepreneurs in Liberia that we too can be able to look at them as a motivation and say, okay, these people are already ahead of us, but they are already they are teaching us what they already know has done, giving us that blueprint that we can be able to follow in the footsteps. So all the time, it's not just about giving capital or giving money, whatever. It's all about being able to serve as a mentor. So entrepreneurs who already made it can say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna bring you under my wings. I'm gonna bring you, to be able to help you, to be able to build you. Because it's not just about the money at some point. At some point, it's about the skill being developed. It's about teaching you how to be able to respond to a certain level. So those are some of the things that we should look at. Especially for entrepreneurs in Africa.
Very true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
you
right.
sell a lot of truth. You sell a lot of truth. Let me tell you, it's about the money.
He's right. He's right. I mean,
you
can throw money at somebody, but at the end of the day, you need that person to have some kind of character.
Correct.
You need them to have some kind of skill to be able to manage it. And that's why even though I said that people invest in people, that's one of the most important things to look for, your ability to execute. Right. And if you don't know how to execute, I can take that same idea that you just pitched to me and go give it to Bobby and give the money to Bobby. Bobby will execute it better than you do. It's just that. And you'll come complain, say, hey, the man stole my idea. But it's not about stealing your idea. It's just, I want somebody who can execute. It's just as simple as that. Right.
Correct.
So he's right. Yeah.
So yes, thank you, Chris. It also brings me back to what I was talking about, capacity building, because people will have them sometimes, because you kept saying it's not about the money. It's not, even though it's about it, you need money to run your business, but at a certain point, it's not about the money, it's about the ideas. Because some people have money, but they lack innovation, they lack ideas, they lack skills. So even if they get into it, you see that everything crumble. So it's important that everyone needs a mentor. Do you have a mentor?
No.
Please choose one of them to be a mentor. This is Mr. Carter. This is Mr.
I think we all can
Jackson
be. We all can be mentors.
No, everybody. He has to choose one of them. So he will text you, and later on I will text. I will tell you who he has chosen. So. For you, all of you are my mentors in the business world.
No, Magdalene, you're our boss, so we're waiting for our salary.
Okay. I think you guys got to take me now because it's almost a year and you have to take me to the Ministry of Labor. So we have to review the decent work at one lawmaker said, but the decent work at there is nothing decent about it because the laws are there, but I mean everything is just contrary to what is in
What
there.
is happening?
But yeah. All right. 0777 25 38 19 0777 35 38 19. We can take a course for the next 10 minutes. 1 minute to a course. Yeah, forget about it. What happened in 1990? Yeah, need a
We just
national
want to
story.
know what kind of business is a good
Yeah,
business to set up in
yeah, just
Liberia
say
and
yeah.
why.
What? So Orange has restored her internet services. So please don't run away. Be with Orange. Okay, hello.
Hello, Magdalene.
Yes, sir.
This is Mr. Okay.
It's good to have you on, sir.
Thank you for the program. I was just wondering, these gentlemen, whether they could emphasize a little bit on this tourism part about the truck stop, on the highways or rest areas, whether that could be something really nice for the tourism part of Liberia. Thank you.
Oh, you truck? You got
No, I could not hear him.
He said
got
something
him?
about elaborating on possibly having truck stops or rest stops on the highways.
Yeah, highways and yeah. Okay, because sometimes even on the highway, you got him right? But like on the highways, you find out that sometimes nothing is there to have some recreation. Is that what he's talking about, Mr. Bobby? You got him?
Yeah, he's talking about truck
Okay,
stops
let me
or
get
rest
him
stops.
again. Yeah, Mr.
Okay. Yes, Magdalene. I guess it didn't catch me in there.
Yeah,
in the United States and many other areas. I mean, the world, countries in the world. When you're traveling the highways from one county to the next or country, you got these rest areas.
Okay.
These truck drivers also traveling long distances, and I was wondering what these places like truck stops and rest areas would do us good. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. That's it. Truck stops, rest because you have too many people traveling along the way. Yes, that's wonderful. The last time someone I was traveling out, we're going to Patawi, and I mean no bathrooms along the way. Can you imagine? You can even see public toilet where people can go and pay to do something big there. Yeah, it's not available. Is that very good?
I have interest. I've talked to people. There's great interest in that, and that's why I'm always asking Liberians in the diaspora. Look, there are business opportunities in Liberia. Creating a rest stop from between, let's say from Monrovia to Buchanan. On the Buchanan Highway, you can put a rest area, and I think some of the problems that we also face is the land issue, purchasing of the land, and then that can be mitigated. But if 25 people came together, build the first rest area on Buchanan Highway, build one between Monrovia and Kakata, one between Kakata and Banga, one between Banga and Ganta, one between Ganta and Sanikwale, it could be the same group of people doing that. It definitely a need, but it's a big business area because when you build a rest stop, you put in businesses within that. So when the people stop to use the restroom, they are buying food, they are buying other things that they need. So that's a big business. So anybody looking into that, that's something that people can look into and make a lot of money as well.
Somebody texted me. All right. So yeah, but you are talking about land. It should be a serious issue. Like the last time was that someone from the LA? Are you guys getting me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we hosted someone from the LA, and he was telling us a different kind of land. So maybe some of those lands could be a public land that you can get in contact with those who are on ground to find out whether it's public land or whether it's government land, either public or government land, to see whether You can collaborate with the people on ground to to do a partnership business that you guys always talk about. Yeah, I mean, but you just have to find up from people who are on the ground. Maybe talk with the town chief and get information on the place that you got interest in. Yeah. So you can place in your call.
And Magdalene, that's what we're saying. The young people in Liberia got to be innovative. Those are business ideas, and they can come up, do some of these studies, and say, "Look, we have these plots of land. This is good for this idea," and pitch it out there. I mean, they will have to pitch ideas out. It's all about ideas, not money. Business is about ideas. You have the idea that people with money.
Yeah, but on a serious note, links are available. I would say that, right? Because the last time there are many people who call here, many will receive calls. I even share some numbers and messages. I screenshot some messages and send it to you guys. Somebody will say, "Oh, I got about 100 acres of land. I need an investment. I have this structure on my land and I need investment. I need us to partner." But I mean, sometimes too, but if we are actually intentional about what we are saying, we can get the ball rolling. I'm here. I can play I can play Mayfi. I can connect you guys with anyone that you think yeah, I'm here. And just tell me, say,
Let me just put it this way, man. We need a business proposal. You can't just come and say, "I got 100 acre of land." I say, "I get 100 acre of land." Everybody got things. We need a business proposal. They need to invest. Yeah, they need to come down with a business proposal and put it on the table, and then people will look at it. It's just by words, Then you go find out that the land is owned by a family plot, and then there's a whole family involved and all kinds of stuff. So put something together, let it make sense.
Yeah. You are right about
Magdalene,
that.
can we get some more calls in, and then
yeah, so the line is open. Please, Liberians call.
Let's get like 3 calls in a row, and then we can tackle all the issues that they discuss.
Okay. 077753819. 077. What businesses you think we can have in Liberia now? Mr. Abdullah Kamara says he's not been well from Tuesday. Chief Sorry, we wish you speedy recovery, and we miss you a lot here. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sunday morning.
Okay.
I'm talking into the discussion. I really admire it.
Okay.
It's the fact that Liberia is a virgin terrain for so many types of businesses. I'm asking the question whether there were planes, local planes that fly along. Yes, the answer is true.
Okay.
Yeah, there are one or two local institutions that have been flying planes. We fly those planes to go Sino, to go Maryland, to go Lopa. I think I was opportune to be on one of the flights that we went in Greenfield. So yeah, that's true. So tourism is good. And so many of the things that you guys have discussed, like take for example the Blue Lake in Bombing Hills. So
and before you go there, what business you think will be good for Liberia at this time?
That's just what I'm saying to you. Tourism is
okay.
One business.
Okay.
That no government or any private investor can generate so much.
All right.
The beauty of the Blue Lake.
Okay.
Can be developed, and you can have a lot of that sector.
Okay, sir. Thanks for placing your call. Let me squeeze in other callers, please. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to God for the program, and the all women joyful.
Okay.
Because you won't believe, since this morning I've just been lying in there contemplating as to how to find a way out. I'm a businessman, a young entrepreneur, and I'm really in dying need of such great opportunity that I'm hearing you guys discussing. So,
but do you have a business proposal, a business plan?
I'm really looking for help. I'm going into industrial aspects to be precise. I do productions of bread, zero count and zero weight. Financial strength is absolutely or weekly. and then that's I'm not even cutting out. Think about finding a way out, and I get to be nothing into the radio station so and hearing you guys discussing this my dreams. So I want to see how I could get away forward.
Okay, so it's not just going to happen overnight, but you can text me your info. Alright, so what you do? Me just text me your information. If the time comes, if everything is right, they will get to you. Huh?
Of course,
okay, all right. But yeah, they're ready to hear about you.
I'm so grateful to them. In the heart of the big salute.
Okay. Okay. When I bring me right a replace it, I swear. I like that. Okay. No, but on no, don't go there. On the other side, they got people who there, they are sending money here to Liberia. Please, to their friends and family here. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. Well, you already quality. Okay, say your information to them number, they will be very close.
Thank you.
Okay, please go back to bed, yeah? All right. 077 25 38 90. At least we can take one more call. We got 5 minutes to go. All right. The Mr. Abdullah Kamara, please wish you speedy recovery. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, thank you very much. I like your moving voice this afternoon. It's going to be a very wet day. It's been Roger Matali for the going to be.
I know, eh?
Yeah. So, I mean, what the fellow who left the line was saying in the monetary Baroka and the diaspora, what they need to do now is time for all to give back to like people. Go to heaven. Or it's a question of how many of them really are willing to be like those Fulanese and the money that I had industry all over. So it's all about sitting maybe to get one hour and the rest of it. Because they are very educated. Why is it that people continue to say that the bank is not important? The businesses is because they do not have that financial strength. And sometimes when they get the money, the family pressure and what I think can make them go very wrong. So say to those people on the outside, those buildings and what have you, we want them to come to like to establish an industry and check more those industries that are here. No like own them, except for few. Or a national like they sit on the realization, they make a good proposal, and someone then even on the former spoon, they make a good proposal. But when they get involved,
what do you mean former spoon? Spoon and spoon, you say former spoon. Don't be a politics here.
No, because they have some issue which man so regret.
My man, let's speak to the issue. My man, let's speak to the issue. Yeah.
Discussion after this discussion, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting us to know that we want like all businesses, the tourism sector, invest in it.
Okay.
I mean, wait for us to be there. People for us to be there.
Okay. I'm going to hold you right there. I don't want the caller to go. I beg you, sir. Yeah, hello. Yes, it's good to have you on.
So quick, man. Just have a small way if I call that piece out like. Until one time you were on one of the show, I call you and you say I should test my number. I did that. Since then, I'm not getting a response from you.
Okay, don't get tired. Oh yeah, keep doing. I say don't get tired. Some of
us some of us got the passion to do that. But when it comes to business requires finance, right?
Okay, tell me who you right there. What is a business proposal right now? What's a business plan do you have? Do you have it in your email that you can send it to me right now?
already ongoing.
Mm.
And I'm sure one of you
Oh,
will put things together because we want to expand it.
okay.
It requires finances, what have you. Like you are saying,
Okay.
we'll try to work on it and give you our contact.
Okay, sir.
Right? Because it's fun, like someone just said, our brothers want to help. But you know, we just say 150, 450, this and I know. What we can do, if we can group themselves as a company, they open some industry or just some branches around here, when the panel around outside.
All right. So if you work on your business, send it to me. Yeah.
All right, no problem. We'll do that.
All right.
We'll get those matters.
Okay.
This one, remember, you said we're going to talk sales.
Yeah, they probably want y'all when y'all text me, y'all want immediate response and respond. Yeah, but if you do that, just text again because I mean I'm not talking with your one. Yeah, I don't want to talk a lot, but I'm talking with a lot of people. So yeah, I beg you, please. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just send text and they want you to. But I think text me is very good. Yeah, because I go back to it because sometimes this number here is used. People just call it at any time, send messages and stuff like that. So to get track of those numbers that you. So if you send text, just keep sending text in. I mean, it will be good. On the send text, one time they want me to respond immediately, and I have other things to read. I ain't trying to make myself too important, man. I'm sorry if I don't respond to your text immediately. Yeah, but it's back to you.
Bobby.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Bobby, can we just talk about the Liberian Diaspora Exchange a little, so that people understand this platform that is being built to link communities and professionals and businesses, or for investment?
Yeah.
And maybe we can bring in Axel on the show to explain. But I have it right in front of me. They call it a Liberian Diaspora Exchange, and there are four major points for this diaspora exchange. The community engagement is support diaspora community organization to foster organic dialogue and business and investment exchanges. The second one is strong partnership, serve as a research tool to facilitate partnership opportunities for business and investments amongst Liberian-owned businesses. The third is business and investment growth, promote and facilitate exchanges among innovators, investors, businesses, professionals currently operating in the diaspora or in Liberia. And the last one is the use of tech innovation, provides customized web app at no cost to the users to facilitate organic engagement and promote business and investment opportunities in Liberia. So I think this platform, and is sponsored by USAID and INCAP with and Alex. Axel can talk about it more when he gets on the show. But I think we are getting there as a people. We are trying. So this platform will be able to connect us. If you have ideas, you can put that in there. People who can look at your ideas will be able to pick that up and do a lot of investment and trading. So I just wanted to throw that in so people know that things are being worked out in the back. And in time to come, these things will help us. Other countries are doing it. I think we can do the same.
So like I said earlier, Bobby, before you come in this Shark Tank. Yeah, I think you have that in the US where people come and pitch their business ideas. That could be another way of giving people the opportunity to see what they have. It's not about giving them the money just after they present it, but at least when they come and pitch their ideas, and then you take the 5 or the 10 best, and then you can start to work with them, train them, and then empower them, and then give them all those things that they would need to operate. Yeah, Shark Tank. You have that in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I'm definitely willing to further look into basically connecting investors to investment opportunities. You know, it's a win-win situation for both parties. Speaking of the LDX Liberia Diaspora Exchange, I don't know, I didn't think of it before, but that's an excellent platform, Mr. George, to where Liberian businesses, business owners, and communities can collaborate. I think that's a platform that will get the information out, Magdalene, so you can disseminate
Okay.
it among, yeah,
That would
and
be
get
so
the
good.
and maybe have the executive director as a guest in one of our future shows.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
so I
So
think we can kind
yeah,
of
we
wrap it
can.
up now.
Yeah.
So, well, I want to thank everybody.
Well, can I ask
Yeah.
Chris if he's willing to open his business up for partnership?
Yeah. We're open to a partnership and possible investment.
All right.
All right, awesome. So, Jackson George looking for investment opportunities here.
I mean, I just want small. Oh,
You never know. But gentlemen, thank you for to the panelists that are in studio. Edwin, David, and Christopher. Of course,
Oh,
our
Edwin, I hope you're not sleeping. You're there.
yeah, they're
You're
there. They're
there.
paying
Okay.
attention.
Yeah.
Thank you, Magdalene.
No, I think Bobby
And
is speaking. Bobby is speaking. Yeah.
thank
I'm
you once again to Real TV Truth FM for hosting this program. And big thank you to Gabriel Carter and Jackson George, fellow panelists. Thank you. You guys have an excellent
Okay.
rest of your day. If you guys want to say something short to wrap it up, go ahead.
Dodo,
Thank you to
you are
the
saying
audience
something?
too.
Nothing to say. No. Guys, nice to meet you guys. I hope you guys continue. You guys sounded brilliant. So keep that up.
Okay. Okay. If you don't come, I will not
yeah,
pay you.
and for you the young people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For you the young folks out there,
Yeah,
don't
Cole, you
give
wanna
up.
say something?
Keep fighting.
Yeah. Cole, say something.
Jackson, I
Yeah.
think there's an overlap.
Yeah.
There seems to be an overlap. I don't think Magdalene is hearing us.
Oh, but the people. Okay.
Magdalene, are you hearing us?
Okay.
Hello.
But why is the
Are
only
you-
thing that we had the time yet? Okay, so storage facility is very okay. All right. The other program, yeah, is already here. Thank you all for coming on. I really appreciate Mr. Carter, Honorable Jackson George, Bobby. Thank you so kindly for coming on. It was a pleasure being here today again. Chris. Yeah, we gotta go. All right. Okay. So let's get this one as we sign off for the day. On usual way.
Speaking, insisting on speaking their mother tongue, and the United Nations released to pay for interpreters